Hi, shave number 9. This is what I'm going to be calling my Italian shave. As you can probably see up there, I've got my Proraso tin. So hardware wise, I mean, this isn't an Italian, it's not an Italian razor. It's the Global Shave Club's Ice in gold. I don't know whether you can get it in silver, but so that's the Global Shave Club razor that I'm using today. I'm not even sure whether this is Italian, but the Saponificcio Varessino shaving grail. So that's the hardware in there. Well, before I do that, I'm using the menthol or the Proraso green pre-shave cream and the Proraso shaving cream in the tube. So that's that. I've already put that in the bowl, as you can see. I will then be more than likely using my alum block, and then I'm using the Proraso facial tonic or aftershave after that, followed by the Proraso aftershave balm. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it this time in terms, I'm not going to go on, try a different aftershave because I think I've got enough there. And I'll probably add the Nivea Men cream at the end. I just forgot to bring it down. So here we go. Let's just wet the face. And put the pre-shave on. So brand new, as you can probably see. I usually use the sensitive, but I couldn't resist that box, that tin. I thought it was the best out of the bunch. There were 3 different variations and I just like the look of that one. So that's the one I bought. I have got the sandalwood shaving soap rather than the cream, which I'll probably use in another video. Just going to hold it there. I realise I haven't put the blade in. So I'm back. I'm using the Treet Platinum blades. So just so you know what I'm using. Right, so let's get into lathering up. Squeeze out the brush a little bit and straight in. So I'm going to add a bit more water. Just needs a bit of work, this one. Add a bit more soap. It's probably because it's just a fresh tube. So just get it to lather it properly. Get this going. Just keep it going until you get the consistency you want. This one needs a bit of work by the looks of it. I do prefer soaps, to be fair. I mean, some creams, palm olive, things like that, lather up really easily. But others, it's the first time I've used a Proraso cream, but it should be good. Yeah, so the reason for the Italian shave, I have a friend in Puglia in Italy. His name is Luigi. I hope you're watching, Luigi. Yeah, and I was talking to him earlier this week about the situation in Italy where they've closed everything down. And he said he works in the leisure industry. And he said they're 95% down on bookings. So yeah, not good situation at all for my friend Luigi. So my thoughts are with you, mate. I don't know if he does the same sort of shaving as this. I suspect he doesn't. I don't know. He can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's put some light on this situation. I haven't put my light on. Yeah, this seems a bit thin. I don't normally have this kind of problem, but it's probably I'm just not. It's the first time I've ever used this cream, as I've said. I'm going to add some more water. Just paint it on. Get it going. Well, I'm going to go with that in a minute because I don't want to run over the time. So, very cooling. The Proraso green is very mentholated. It doesn't hurt your eyes or anything, but it really cools your skin down. It's quite refreshing. I'm going to look forward to using this in the summer. So, right. And rather aptly, this is the Global Shave Club Ice, so goes well with the menthol. So perpendicular to the skin, so 90 degrees, then tip it up, and that's about the angle you want. This is slightly more aggressive than the Merca 34C and the Edwin Jagger, but not massively. Would I recommend it for a beginner? Yeah, probably. It's just a small half a step up from the 34C or the Edwin Jagger DE89. So the Merca 34C or the Edwin Jagger DE89. Very smooth. These blades work quite well. First time I've used Treet Platinum as well, so only just opened the box. Thought I'd try something different. I must admit I did think I was going to use a feather. But after the last couple of shaves where I've used some fairly sharp blades, I thought I'd give my face a break. I mean, I've got almost a week's worth of growth here, so that's why I've got a lot of stubble. This is a great razor. It is a great razor. I know there's a lot of people that complain at the moment. There's loads of Global Shave Club videos and reviews on because they're sort of flooding the market with these razors. But I can say I bought this with my own money, paid the import duties, made it quite an expensive razor, really. But to me, it's all good. The more people that make razors, the more people that make soaps, the more people that make all the different ingredients that we need for shaving and to make it interesting. Certainly for the hobbyists. Those that don't really, they just want to shave and be done with it. I shouldn't think it really bothers them that much. Using my facial shaving brush again. Oh, I'm getting decent lather out of this. So on with the brush. And I have to say, this brush, I think it's very similar to the Omega 49. It's made by Omega, branded a Proraso brush, but when you look on the bottom, the stamp is Omega. I think this is pretty much the same brush, only a silver handle as the Omega 49 or the red one that I've got. So across the grain, I always explain I go up on this side. So yeah, Luigi, if you're watching, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I thought this would put a smile on your face. I hope everybody's had as good a week as they can. I think everybody's a bit worried about this coronavirus. I know I certainly am. As I've said in my previous videos. Oh, I've nicked myself there. This is definitely a little bit more aggressive, but it's not. I would say probably on a scale of 1 to 10, we're looking at a 5, whereas an Edwin Jagger and a Merca 34 is probably 4, 4.5. So, in terms of aggression. Right, let's go for the third pass. Using the facial lather machine again. That's quite good. I knew that beard would come in useful for something. Right. Yeah, so I hope you've all been having good shaves, and I've been watching Kevy shaves. I am CDB, various MC shaving, various different reviewers, stroke hobbyist shavers. I prefer to be called a hobbyist shaver than a reviewer. I don't really review other than give my personal impression on a product. I'm just sharing with you my joy of shaving, really. Yes, I'll talk about, if it's a bad razor. I've really caught myself there, haven't I? Right, so against the grain now. But as long as it does the job, I'm happy. I'm not really too worried about what the name is on there, other than I do like to know that it's been made by a quality company. Excuse me. And I have learned over the years that I prefer a razor with a bit of weight to it. These aluminium razors, like the Lupo, like that Razor Rock Hawk. I mean, I had a better shave with that Razor Rock Hawk this time round. I've cut myself more this time than I did with the Razor Rock Hawk, and that was a very aggressive experience. And that was all down to the blade really, rather than the actual razor itself. Right, let's, yeah, usual spots. So this is my pickup pass, just to get the stragglers. There's another presenter that I've recently started watching. He's quite funny, Swedish guy. Right now his name just has gone from my mind, but I'll either pop it up within the video or I'll stick him in below this, you know, underneath this video. Probably both. I've noticed IMCDB is doing that. He's sort of leaving links to other channels that he's looked at and found enjoyable, so I think I'm going to follow suit. I did my first video in January, I think it was, you know, or February maybe, I don't know. My first video I did do that, recommended channels, but I haven't done it since, so I think I'll start to feature as IMCBD does. Feature some other channels that are probably far better and more interesting than mine. So, and I've had a few bits of feedback from other hobbyists, people that watch my videos. One of them mentioned he could never understand why people rinse off the alum. I kind of got into the habit of rinsing off alum. I mean, especially in this case, I'm not using the usual, you know, something like the Boots or the Theo's aloe, witch hazel or whatever. Because I'm trying to keep everything Proraso, I'm going straight in with that and then following up with a shave balm. Yeah, gonna have a rinse off with cold now. And then on with the alum. It's just a bit of a sting there. Other than that, pretty good. A little bit of a sting there. Nothing like that Razor Rock Hawk version 2 last time. Yeah, that was painful. But yeah, so leave that on for a second. So what have I used so far? I've used my I've got to get there. Saponificcio Varessino bowl. I've used the Global Shave Club's ice, which I bought myself, it hasn't been sent to me for a review. I like it, I do like it. It's a very good razor. It's a keeper. Would it be in my Top razors? No, not really. I think the Marco would be one of my favourites, 34C, and that's mainly for sentimental reasons because that was the first razor I ever bought. The next one, probably, I'm saying Game Changer and Edwin Jagger 316. Those three are my absolute favourites. I'm just trying to think if there's another one that I could add to that. I guess my birth razor, really. My vintage Gillette Slim. Adjustable, 1965. I was born in 1965 in April, and that's a K. It's registered K. It's got the alphabetical label of K, and it's a 1965 razor, third quarter, I think. Well, not third quarter, second quarter, so it would have covered my birthday. Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong. Right, so that's that done. I'm going to go on with the Proraso Aftershave. Have I washed that off? Let's just... No, I haven't. Right, let's just get this alum off. And then I'm going with this Proraso Aftershave or Facial Tonic or whatever you want to call it. Looking forward to this. I've had this on my wish list on Amazon for quite a while. Oh, that's nice. I do like that. Oh, bit of a sting, as I expected. But yes, that's a lovely scent. Cooling again. Only I think the cooling is probably alcohol in it this time. Even so, and now on with the Aftershave balm. So I'm expecting this to be fairly cool. And again, only a little bit in the hand. Very cooling, lovely, very refreshing. Oh. So that's me for today. Best regards to you, Luigi, and I hope everybody keeps themselves safe from the dreaded COVID-19 virus, or whatever name people are calling it now. I mean, I've been watching various videos about it. Some people call it SARS-2, others call it COVID-19, whatever. It's a new virus, so I hope everybody keeps themselves safe from this virus and looks after their family. And I know my friend Luigi in Puglia in Italy is pretty much confined to his house, as is everybody else. And I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, search out Singing in Italy and on YouTube. Absolutely brilliant. They're singing out of their windows of their apartments in the cities, and it sounds brilliant. So, you know, good on you, Italy. So yeah, so that's it for me, and I'll say bye bye for now.